Go.
Welcome to another episode of Michael's Corner. I've been wanting to interview this guy for nearly a year. And, ooh, he's giving me the look right now. Oh my goodness. I don't know, guys. This is, you guys are finally going to get this interview with him because I've been blowing up his phone and whatnot. So, this is Kingpin, everyone.
That's right. Thank you, Michael. It's been a long time coming. We're finally here to have this interview.
So, my question to you is, how did you get your start in wrestling?
Great question. So I've been a fan of this ever since I was a baby. It was part of the things that kept me going to sleep. So what happened was, a couple years ago, I was a part of fantasy camp. And we did like the fantasy camp out there in Elk River. And finally, Terry Fox, the owner of MIW, he was out there. He pulled me to the side, showed me a couple extra moves. And after the camp, he said, "This is as far as you want to go, then thank you for coming. But if you want to do this for real, then you start to let me know if this is what you got to do." So I began to train with him, come to all his shows. I began to set up the ring, tear them down. You got to start very small, you got to humble yourself. And then as the time went on, I began to learn more training and more moves and learning the business in and out. And then finally, I started to work my way from tearing the rings down and setting them up to actually getting inside the ring. And finally, I went to the academy for the very first time, met Ken Anderson and his students, and once I was able to think I was on the path of finally getting into the academy, it seemed like life really has its way of making things happen. I had a spine injury where I was almost in a wheelchair. My L4 and L5 disc was out, so I had to use a wheelbarrow stick to keep myself standing. But I was able to stand on my own by the grace of God. And then obviously, as the years began to progress, type 2 diabetes came in, sleep apnea came in, just all life challenges. But I was able to conquer those and be able to, make my way towards the academy. And now here I am, paying my dues and still earning my spots inside the ring.
Let's talk about that because this is a touchy subject.
Yes, it is.
And when did you find out that you had type 2 diabetes? Because let me tell you, I lost my mom about over 6 years ago to complications of diabetes. Yeah, it's a very touchy subject, and we need to raise more awareness because this is beyond wrestling. This is a serious matter, and so can you tell us about your prognosis and whatnot?
Absolutely. So the way I'll take you back to last September, it was September, I believe 28th or 29th. Before then, I was being able to be told I was pre-diabetic, but I thought that it wasn't going to go no further. But the symptoms of going to the bathroom, I was constantly thirsty, stuff like that, the weight loss, the symptoms of diabetes. So then finally, September 28th, 29th, I was at a show, and I felt off. I felt completely off, and basically I looked at an empty ring, and I saw myself inside the ring, and I saw myself passing out. So I looked at it as a sign of saying, okay, from God, like saying, okay, you need to go get checked out. So as much as I love the business, my life and my health come first. So I had to leave the show, go get my check into the hospital. They sent me, they checked me, and they said I had type 2 diabetes. I was in the hospital, the ER for 4 days straight. They checked my blood sugar, and they checked my A1C. My A1C was 12.6. My blood sugar was 488. And basically, if I had not gone there that night, I could have died. So what happened was they put me in there for 4 days. I had to get an IV in one arm and the other needle in my other hand, electrolytes. They had to plug me up, get that blood sugar under control because it was running rapid. And it was very tough. It was very hard to, get blood drawn from my arm every 4 hours, getting my fingers pricked every hour, not being able to eat, drink, or sleep. And it was a tough battle, but God gives His toughest challengers to His strongest soldiers, and I believe that God blessed me to get through that and use that as a testimony to be able to say that He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So He was able to get me through that, and now I'm blessed to say that my A1C went from 12.6 to now 6.1. And I'm able to say that I used to be on 2 needles of insulin. Now I'm down to my last one, and I'm basically about to be solely on metformin. So God is good.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for telling that story, because that you can't fake this shit.
No, you can't.
You can't.
No.
And now it's like my father has type 2 diabetes. Then I just found out. I found out like maybe several months ago that my brother was type 1 diabetes and whatnot. So it runs in my family. It's like we gotta do more to raise awareness, because that's that is not to play around with. And it's a touchy subject, you guys, and whatnot. So also too, I'm also dealing with a loss with my good friend this week, Tiny Hansen, or Troy Hansen, Tiny Love. He recently passed away this past Monday night, and I was just so distraught when I heard the news. Because, I interviewed him, and he was one of my, good friends in the biz, So, yeah, so.
And it's one of those type of things where, you can't control, when your time comes. The main thing that you can control is what you do while you're here. And if you have diabetes, if you have any kind of illness and you need to get help, go get help. I don't care if it's diabetes, I don't care if it's addictions, I don't care if it's mental health, I don't care what it is. If you need help, go get help. Because what you love to do in this life, it will be here. You only get one shot on this earth. After that, it's either heaven or hell. So to be able to say that I'm still type 2 diabetic, but I'm still, by the grace of God, being able to do what I love to do, it's a blessing. And I would say to anybody, don't let nothing and nobody, I don't care what anybody say, I don't care what disease you have or what illness you have, don't let that stop you from achieving your dream. You continue to fight with everything that you have. And even if it's one foot in front of the other, you best believe you will overcome.
Thank you. Oh my God, I couldn't have said that any better. So,
yes.
Have you wrestled any matches yet, or have you just been like basically the manager or whatnot?
I have wrestled a couple matches a couple years ago, especially back when Chadwick Wentworth III and Britt McCarthy 3 under par. That's where you and I actually met here in MIW years ago.
Yeah.
I did wrestle. We did a 3-on-2 handicap match. It was 3 under par versus Josh Price and Scott Story. But under that time, I was under a different name based off the contract, because I have a contract with 3 under par. But now that business is something I'm on my own business, things about to get real. But I have wrestled a couple matches then. I've wrestled a couple matches here at MIW, and this is the only promotion that I have done some shows, because this is where it all started for me. This was the very beginning. This is the first promotion that gave me my shot. So it's only right that I stick to that, keep that loyalty affirmed.
Riley Jackson is better than this guy.
Oh.
and in due time, you will pay for interrupting me.
Ooh! Oh snap!
Just like in due time, I'll be MIW champion because I beat your boy Kyle Pro tonight.
Yeah, he got screwed.
And the second you do, I'll take that title from you.
Oh, things getting real now.
Oh, things are getting real. Like my cameraman Sean says. Where can fans follow you on social media?
At this point, my focus has been on making sure that I keep business going, but you will be seeing me more on social media. I will have my pages out there as soon as possible, and you can also catch me on Giant Ventures, which is the travel business as well, so that not only do I get it done inside this ring, but I get it done coastal as well. Kingpin going worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this with me finally.
Yes.
So, you guys can follow me on social media. Facebook, Michael's Corner. X is at Michael Pam, and you guys know my YouTube channel, Michael's Wrestling Channel. Just subscribe there and hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any content that I post on YouTube. So, well, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
The second the debut is coming, me and Michael will have this part 2, so stay tuned.